Okay, let's move on to your freshman and transfer class. You have 2 freshmen in Quintos and Peters, and a junior transfer in Stanberry. Which players can we expect to see making immediate contributions on the courts?
Freddie Quintos. Freddie came in as one of the most highly recruited players that we've had since I've been here, which was the Division I era. I mean, he's played at Kalamazoo, and in the 9 years that I've been here, we've only had 2 other players. Austin Andres played at Kalamazoo, and when I got here, Derek Betyar had played at Kalamazoo. So that means they're an accomplished junior player. Freddie's challenge has been adjusting to school and the Division I thing. I mean, being homeschooled since you're 7 years old creates some challenges for people that all of a sudden have to be sitting in classrooms and so forth, and Freddie's dealing with that. Now, the nice thing was in his very first outing at the Division I level, Freddie went 4-0. Very rock solid. And so Freddie has some challenges in front of him, but provided we can keep him doing what he needs to do like he's doing right now, I mean, he could go from off the table all the way up to number 1. And that puts a lot of pressure on him, but at the same point in time, that's why he came here. And the same is true for his doubles, too, because when we've been practicing doubles, he's been very methodical in what we've asked him to do, and he's been doing a really good job of it. The other 2 young men, Stanberry comes in with a lot of work ethic, passion, energy, team unity type qualities, and so those kind of things impact immediately. Whether he's going to make the lineup or not is going to remain to be seen. And then Simon Peters, his function right now is he keeps the team loose, because he's got a lot to learn from a competitive standpoint, but his personality is such that if someone's around him, it's going to be really hard to be hypertensive.
Let's talk a little bit about the 2010 schedule. What are your general thoughts?
It is the perfect schedule for us. Typically, as I look at teams and I want to develop teams, I would like to see more nationally ranked teams on that schedule. Given the challenges from going from last year's performance to a lot of unknowns this year, we've got, I think, 3 nationally ranked teams on our schedule, which is enough. And then we have a lot of teams that are just right below that, which would be regionally ranked teams in various regions, or they're in the running for winning their conference championship, or they might just be like number 2 or 3 in their conference. And those are the kind of teams that we need to beat to move up. We're not, I mean, obviously we came in last place in the Big West, so we need to beat those teams so that we can have the confidence to move up in our own conference, and we're not ranked in our region. And to go to other places and knock off a New Mexico State or a Southern Mississippi or something like that who are ranked in their regions, that again, we're beating quality talent, and the players start understanding what it takes to beat those kind of teams.
You obviously haven't seen any of the other conference schools in action, but how do you think that the Big West is going to shake up this year as a conference, and then where do you think that we're going to fit in?
Well, the Big West, always, the upper echelon of the Big West is always nationally competitive. I mean, traditionally, you're talking about UC Irvine, UC Santa Barbara, and Pacific. And right now, Pacific is nationally ranked. All those teams are good all the time. I mean, I haven't seen them this year yet, so I don't really know. I know the Pacific's ranked. Santa Barbara's coming off winning the conference tournament again, so they're very confident, and they're experienced. I mean, last year you had a team that had a rough year and then got really hot at the end of the year and won the conference tournament, so they know what it takes to get it done. And Irvine is extremely talented. So if you were to go to Vegas and ask the odds makers, I would say those are the 3 teams that the odds makers would be saying one of those 3 teams is going to win the conference. How do we match up with that? Again, the odds makers, based on what we've done in the past, they put us dead last, and I would not argue with them on that, because I want everybody to underestimate us. The more they underestimate us and they look past us, the bigger a mistake that is, because the guys are working really hard right now. And I mean, and we just came back from a scrimmage where Irvine was in that thing, and we played them 6 times and beat them 5 times. So not that that is real competition, but at the same point in time, it gets in people's heads. Our guys are saying, we did that. Irvine's saying, that happened to us. So it's a psychological advantage. And so we just, right now, everybody would probably put us at the bottom or one of the bottom 2, and we just got to put that aside now and just keep working, and the guys are doing that.
Excellent. Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
No, that's good. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Coach.